We got sponsor news, we've got Daytona entry updates, we've got a legal update in the Front Row 2311 case, and a lot more. So let's get into it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, Zane Smith has an anchor sponsor. And you see right there, it is Speedy Cash. Also, Title May will also be a part of that deal as well for the Front Row Motorsports team. But it doesn't stop there, because in the Truck Series, they're also going to sponsor Lane Riggs and Chandler Smith. So a big deal going across platforms. But there's more to it than that. Aside from the Cup Series and the truck races, they're also going to have commercials and in-store displays and also social media marketing between Noah Gragson and Zane Smith. So that's right, it will be an associate sponsor on Noah Gragson as well. So really cool that not only are they sponsoring the race car, but they're actually going to make a presence in the physical real world where you will see NASCAR drivers when you walk into the stores associated with Speedy Cash. More sponsor news here. Castrol and RFK are re-upping for the 2025 season. This via RFK. For years now, Castrol has been an integral part of our success both on and off the track, said Steve Newmark, president of RFK Racing. From product superiority to collaborations around sustainability and content with the family of Castrol drivers and the Ford Motor Company, Castrol has ensured we operate at peak performance and powered us through several years of success. It would go on to say, now with the expanded partnership of Traveler Centers of America and the addition of a third team with Ryan Preece in our number 60 car, we look forward to continuing to push the needle with iconic brands like Castrol and TA to demonstrate how their product innovation helps our cars go faster on the track, in addition to ensuring our haulers successfully move our teams from track to track during the season. We're thankful to not only their domestic brand team, but the global BP team for continuing to trust us to promote their business. So really cool that they kept that going. The Castrol car, always a fan favorite whenever it shows up at the racetrack, and they almost never miss with those particular paint schemes as well. And Traveler Centers, I'm sure RFK, they always do a good job with the paint schemes. They're going to do a good job with that as well, especially when they combine them. Now, which races, which drivers are going to be in them? Let's take a look at that real quick. Castrol will be with Keselowski at COTA, Vegas, and Darlington. Chris Buescher will be rocking the Travel Center's colors at Dega, Bristol Night Race, and both Keselowski and Ryan Preece will be at Martinsville. Ryan Preece will have them for Michigan, Mexico City, Sonoma, Dover, Indy Roval, Phoenix. So there you go, a healthy slate of Traveler Center and Castrol paint schemes coming up for the season for the RFK gang. NASCAR is officially moving forward with an appeal to the 4th Circuit in Richmond, Virginia over a district judge's decision to grant 2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports charter status this season, concurrent to suing the sanctioning body on antitrust grounds. NASCAR has indicated that it will not seek to overturn the guaranteed starting spot recognition, but will appeal being forced to pay the two teams the money associated with a charter the teams did not agree to terms to. That is why it is asking for oral arguments on May 15th, well after the season ended. That, of course, from Matt Weaver at the Sports Night, and I think he meant well after the season began, not ended, because obviously the season doesn't end in May. Also, it'll be interesting to see which way that one goes. You know, obviously NASCAR is not going to try to keep them out of races, but they're not trying to pay them the money there either. And also, it just shows that NASCAR is going to probably get litigious over every little thing, probably vice versa for 2311 and Front Row Motorsports. So it's just going to be a very contentious thing as this continues to unfold. NASCAR Canada fans, looks like your TV lineup has been shored up and you'll be able to find it all in one place. For the first time, Bell Media will be Canada's home for all 3 NASCAR National Series as it adds NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series programming to its long-standing NASCAR Cup Series and NASCAR Xfinity Series rights. Races as well as associated practice and qualifying sessions will be broadcast across Bell Media's linear and digital platforms, including CTV, TSN, USA Network, and TSN. Plus, Bell Media also secures additional rights to the NASCAR Canada Series and the ARCA Menards Series events. Rev TV comes on board as the host broadcaster of the NASCAR Canada Series. It will be the exclusive English language home of all live and or first airings, producing all races as well as highlights and other supplemental content around the series. Rev TV will also have rights to the full suite of NASCAR International Series races as well as the ARCA Menards Series. So there you go, Canada fans. I remember when the CW news came out, I got a bunch of questions in the comment section from people from Canada saying they had never heard of the CW, they didn't know where they'd be able to find those CW races. Well, now you know, in Canada, they've cleared it up, because obviously I'm not from Canada. I don't have any information on how TV works up there. But now you know for sure that basically TSN, Bell Networks, whatever they own over there, that's where you'll be able to find all your Xfinity Series races. You don't have to worry about the CW issue that you guys were worried about in the comments section. So I'm glad I finally have an answer for you, because in the comment section I was constantly writing, I don't know how it works up there. So now I know you will be able to find it on at least the Bell Network suite of television channels or whatever. Jimmie Johnson making it official. He will run the Daytona 500. Johnson, who ran 9 NASCAR Cup Series races in 2024, will once again attempt the Daytona 500 on February 16th, making his 22nd appearance in the Great American Race. Additionally, Johnson will race in NASCAR's longest event, the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway on May 25th. Both races will have the branding colors of the Phoenix, Arizona-based Carvana on the number 84 Toyota Camry XSE, as the special partnership between Johnson and Carvana enters its 5th season together. I'm so proud of the relationship we have built with Carvana, said Johnson. They have always been supportive of my dreams and always find innovative ways to connect with fans. As my days behind the wheel of a race car continue to wind down, the partnership with Carvana continues to celebrate my career, and it's such an honor. Jimmie Johnson, of course, a 2-time Daytona 500 winner, so a track he's got a lot of history with, a lot of success with, and also it's the biggest race of the season, probably, easy to get sponsorship for. Coke 600, though, is going to mark a significant event. That's going to be his 700th start in the NASCAR Cup Series, 4-time Coca-Cola 600 winner, and I think he's got 8 overall wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's going to be a very significant day. So if you're a Jimmie Johnson fan and you want to go to Charlotte, that might be a big day for Jimmie Johnson there. He's not the only veteran, however, that's going to make a Daytona 500 start. Martin Truex Jr. Tricon Garage announced today that it will attempt to make its NASCAR Cup Series debut in the 67th running of the Daytona 500 with 2017 Cup Series champion Martin Truex Jr., the Mayetta, New Jersey native, will pilot the number 56 Toyota Camry XSE. Tricon will be receiving technical support from Joe Gibbs Racing, and Cole Pern will reunite with Truex, returning to the NASCAR Cup Series as crew chief for the first time since 2019. The duo amassed 24 Cup victories in the championship in their 5 seasons together, and will look to secure a starting position in their 6th Daytona 500. Bass Pro Shops will continue their long-standing relationship with Truex Jr. and will serve as the primary partner of the number 56 for the Great American Race. The premier outdoor conservation company, founded by Johnny Morris, has been a partner of the 44-year-old driver dating back to 2004. So there you go, the 2017 champ with 34 wins, but one of those wins has not been the Daytona 500, so looking to get his first Daytona 500 win. Really good looking car as well, good scheme. Bass Pro Shops hardly ever misses. And putting him there with Cole Pern, you're giving him the absolute best opportunity for success. So I like that team. I like that pairing. I like that combination. Also, Joe Gibbs Racing, make no mistake about it. That's a Joe Gibbs Racing entry. They're just slapping a Tricon Garage label on the front of it. So once again, it doesn't matter how many cars you run. That rule is going to be impossible to enforce. These teams can run 7 or 8 teams if they really wanted to. They're just going to slap another name on it, like I was talking about with the Hendrick deal. So it's just a rule. Probably a good spirit behind the rule, but in practice, kind of impossible to actually enforce. NASCAR announced today it will launch a fast, free ad-supported television channel called the NASCAR Channel. The NASCAR Channel goes live with exclusive launch partner Tubi on Wednesday, January 29th. Fans can watch NASCAR content 24/7 without a subscription fee or registration. Programming and content on the NASCAR Channel will include classic races, re-airs of this season's events, documentaries, NASCAR Studios original content, and video podcasts. So there you go. It's free. You don't have to sign up for anything. Just click on the Tubi app and you will be able to find the NASCAR Channel on it somewhere, and you can watch all the good NASCAR content. They're also going to have other exclusives like the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies and things like that. So they'll have a lot of extra little tidbits and things like that. And I think going forward, it's actually a really cool idea just to have this property, depending on how the landscape comes. NASCAR has its own channel finally, and wherever they distribute it at, it doesn't really matter. They've got their own channel, and it's free. Motorsports Business Management, MBM, will no longer be MBM on the Cup Series side of things. They will now be Garage 66, as you saw the Garage 66 unveil picture right there from them. Harrison Burton and AM Racing have a sponsor. Dead On Tools going to be on the side of that car for some races for him next season as a full sponsor on the front and the side, I should say. Cletus McFarland, you saw he was testing the 41 laps there in the ARCA series. He has finally come out and made a video about what that is about. He is trying to attempt the Daytona 500 possibly next year or even later, but this is his first steps in trying to race the Daytona 500 at some point in his career. So he's going to run at least this race and probably some other ARCA races, trying to get that super speedway license to eventually become certified to run in the Daytona 500. And his spotter, of course, is going to be Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle helping him along every step of the way on this journey. So really cool collaboration. Be really cool to see if Greg Biffle can find a way into the Daytona 500 as well. Speaking of drivers that found their way into a race, Burt Myers is going to drive the number 50 Amerivet in the Clash at Bowman Gray, or the Bowman Gray Clash, the Cookout Clash, that's what they're calling it. Burt Myers is going to be racing in the Cookout Clash with Team Amerivet, the number 50, formerly the Money Team. So there you go. Another basically legend from Bowman Gray is going to be in that race now. So starting to shape up to have a little bit more buzz behind that event as well. And that's all I got for you on this one. We recently lost Bob Uecker, so I'm just going to play his probably most famous commercial, unless it gets struck. So if you don't see the commercial, it got copyright claimed by YouTube. But other than that, that's all I got for you on this one. Thanks for your time. Peace.
All right, maybe I wasn't the greatest player of all time, but fans, they forgive and forget. When I go in here, they'll be buying me my favorite beer, light beer from Miller. You, Bob Uecker? Yeah, how you doing? These fans, I love them. They know us ex-big leaguers drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Well, can't keep the gang waiting. The fans are always joking.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Wow, they're having a good time in there.